This is the brief on the Great Ruler, episode 141. So, we're diving into a really pivotal moment for Muchen, our rising martial artist in this world of cultivators. He's really asserting his power, grabbing some crucial artifacts, and kind of bracing for the big one, the grand competition. Okay, first up, Muchen's victory. Wow, he didn't just win a battle, he delivered this incredibly powerful display. He used a pretty formidable formation, think like a complex battle array, and just overwhelmed these experienced opponents, including this rival Z-Teen Du. Seriously, this wasn't just a win. It showed off this hidden strength that absolutely stunned everyone. And it pretty effectively warned off other groups from messing with him. Big statement. Second, his smarts came into play. He's strategically going after all 6 of these God-sealed tablets. Now why? Well, he reveals they're essential if you want to claim the inheritance as the Medicine Mountain successor, which sounds like a massive deal, right? Lots of power and knowledge. So he cleverly gets one from Wu Ying by basically creating a debt of gratitude. Then he nabs the final one from the 4Cs Academy group, trading some super valuable ZZ Soon liquid for it. Smart moves. And finally, things are shifting gears. The exploration part's ending, and it's all about the intense final phase of the grand competition. Think fierce battles between the top emerging groups. Muchen sees this major conflict, a martial arts calamity, possibly coming. So what's his plan? He decides to go into secluded cultivation, really level himself and his team up for that critical top 8 showdown. Plus, there's this touching moment with Ro Li, where he promises he's going to become the world's strongest, to protect her. So yeah, from showing strength to smart plays and getting seriously prepared, Muchen is definitely becoming an even bigger force to watch in this grand competition.
All right, this is the brief on Muchen's big strategic breakthrough in the quintessential battle. So, everyone kind of thought Muchen's group was out of the running. Well, things are getting really intense as this huge competition hits its final stage, and his latest power-up might just change everything. First off, he figured out this really clever way to unlock the super old, super powerful Muchen scripture. How? By merging these 6 kind of weird divine wood plaques, special artifacts that actually looked empty. Now, this technique, it's a divine wood major stage deal, way, way stronger than the usual minor stage stuff. We're talking powerful enough to shake up even those top-tier supreme Earthrealm warriors, the real elites, and yeah, they're definitely noticing. Okay, second thing. This Muchen scripture, it's awesome, but there's a pretty big catch. It works by sucking up massive amounts of tree energy, like from everything in a huge 10,000 li radius. That's about 5,000 kilometers. The catch is you need trees around. So it's absolutely devastating in a dense forest, but kind of fizzles out in sparse places like a desert or over the sea. And finally, here's where it gets really smart. Muchen also found this other technique, the wood creation technique. At first glance, it just grows trees fast. Seems a bit weak, right? But he realized it works perfectly with the Muchen scripture. See, he can basically make his own perfect forest environment on the spot. This totally cancels out the scripture's biggest weakness. Talk about a killer tactical advantage for the tough battles coming up. So yeah, putting these 2 discoveries together gives Muchen this totally unique strategy, putting him right back in the brutal fight for those coveted top 8 spots in the quintessential battle.
This is The Brief on The Great Ruler, episode 143. Okay, so we're diving into the latest from this fantasy series, where these powerful cultivators, think spiritual martial artists, are facing some pretty intense challenges in the 5 Great Academies tournament. First up, there are some major power boosts shaking things up. Our main guy, Muchen, and his close companions, they've all passed something called the Power Calamity, which is a big deal, a huge spiritual step up. But honestly, the real shocker, it's Muchen's partner, Lua Li. Get this, she blasted right through to Spiritual Calamity Stage 1. That's an incredible leap. It basically puts her on par with someone who's finished Stage 2. She's seriously powerful now. And yeah, even Muchen is kind of stunned. Now this couldn't happen at a better time because, second, the 5 Great Academies tournament is absolutely hitting a fever pitch. Everyone's fighting for points to grab those top 8 spots. You got leaders like Jikan already sitting on 13,000 points. And right into this craziness, a mysterious new player, Xiao Huang, he's ranked 9th right now, just made a really clever, dangerous move. He's trapped Wenxin Xuan, who's this super strong prodigy from Wanhuan Academy, and her whole team inside a tricky array formation. Basically a powerful magic prison. Which brings us to our final point. Xiao Huang's trap? Yeah. It's a direct challenge aimed squarely at Muchen. It's calculated. For 3 days, Xiao Huang's just held Wenxin Xuan captive, didn't attack, clearly just baiting Muchen. And even though everyone knows it's dangerous, Muchen, he sees this as a golden opportunity. So he and his crew are jumping right in. They're going to rescue Wenxin Xuan, grab those vital points, and get into the kind of intense fights Muchen actually really loves. So yeah, the stage is absolutely set for a huge clash, as Muchen walks right into Xiao Huang's snare, ready to prove his strength in this crazy tournament.
This is the brief on the high-stakes confrontation unfolding in The Great Ruler. Yeah, so we're diving into a critical moment from this popular fantasy series. A cunning trap has set the stage for a huge showdown between powerful cultivators in the ancient continent. Okay, first, Xiao Huang, head of the rival alliance of martial arts schools, set up a complex level 5 spiritual array, basically a big magic trap in the ancient continent's northwest. His target is Wenxin Xuan, the proud phoenix woman, now trapped with her group. But the real goal? Lure Muchen, head of the Northern Heaven Spiritual Academy, settle old scores and grab a valuable item he has. Second, Muchen arrives, confronts Xiao Huang, and boom, the real prize is revealed. Xiao Huang wants the Treasure of Reconciliation, this legendary artifact Muchen got from the Hidden Abyss Garden. Suddenly, it's way more than just a rescue, right? Finally, things get really tense. Xiao Huang makes a bold wager. He says if Muchen breaks the array and frees Wenxin Xuan, he gets her, plus 20,000 points, a big deal in their world. But if he fails, Muchen loses the treasure, and Muchen just accepts? Get ready for a fight. So yeah, this setup really highlights the complex strategies and power plays driving the Great Ruler.
Okay, so this is the brief on Muchen's Array Masterclass, right? We're looking at this really intense moment from the Great Ruler, where Muchen, this seriously skilled array master, basically takes on this crazy challenge from Xiao Huang. The bet is all about whether he can beat this gnarly trap Xiao Huang set up. So first, you got to appreciate Muchen's cool head, right? Everyone's kind of freaking out, but Muchen, this Lin Zhenxi array master, just strolls into Xiao Huang's big Sky-Trapping array, totally confident. He gets in there and stays super calm, because he realizes, hey, this isn't meant to attack me, it's designed to suck my ling, my spiritual energy. So yeah, brute force? Nah, needs a smart approach. Second thing, his perception is just nuts. Muchen uses this special heart-linking eye, lets him see right through illusions and all that thickling mist. And bam, he spots 2 hidden attack arrays Xiao Huang tucked inside the main trap. Sneaky, right? But Muchen, he just instantly nails their weak spots. Poof, shattering him. Everyone watching, totally blown away. And finally, this is where it gets wild how he flips the script. Xiao Huang cranks up the main trap, really draining that energy, right? But Muchen, he pulls out his real move. He whips up 3 super complex underworld lotus arrays. These are powerful level 5 things. And get this, he builds them inside Xiao Huang's own setup. Talk about speed and showing who's boss in array making. So yeah, Muchen's fight, it's just a masterclass in thinking smart, using special skills, and totally owning array combat.